Hello YouTube, welcome to the dojo, you're here Samurai Man, and today we have the Mastermind Creations Pharaoh Rex Talon, one of the Pharaoh cons for the Pharaoh Rex combination. And he is their representation of Divebomb, the Predacon, and beautiful is the perfect way to describe him. I know I say beautiful a lot. If you watch my videos, I pretty much describe, not all my figures, but a good amount is beautiful, or at least the ones that deserve to be called beautiful, in my opinion. And he does not miss that point. He is, I'm going to say beautiful again. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, really quickly, just to get out of the way, usually I do this later on in the video, but what the heck. Here's the instruction manual you get with it. I usually don't show this stuff off unless it's for like third-party stuff, just because they do a great job on the art and all that. That's a beautiful picture. That is beautiful. Okay, again, beautiful. And then we got an even cooler looking picture right here for the comic book cover. Again, I don't really care for the comic book. It's cool. I like the art. I just don't care for the story. It's been going kind of nowhere. And another thing it always comes with, pretty standard for third parties, is this little card. And it's plasticky credit card quality. Actually, usually I appreciate these, and I think they're really cool, but I usually just put them away, storage, you know. But I'm thinking, I've been accumulating these because of all my third-party toys, and it's just a standard thing to get these cards with any third-party toys. So I'm thinking about maybe I'll do somehow a display with them, because they are very nice, especially these Pharaoh Rex ones. These and the Masterpiece ones always have beautiful art on them. But again, like I said, luckily I'm not a stickler for these things because they messed mine up pretty funnily. I thought it was funny at least. So here you have Talon, and now we're going to check out his bio. Oh, hey there, Bovis, mercenary supply specialist. Where'd you come from? First of all, I'm not sure, but I think they're both supposed to be printed facing the same direction. So like if you flip it like this, and then you flip it upside down, yeah, it's right. So I'm thinking maybe that's how it's supposed to be. I have to check my other ones. I haven't looked at them in a while. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be facing the same direction. Also, this is Bovis. It straight up says Bovis. So, yeah, awkward. But like I said, I'm not a stickler for these kind of things, so I don't mind too much. I thought it was funny, personally. I just thought it was funny. But I like this picture, so that's, at least I got that. I don't even, if I got two of this picture, I probably would be like, what the heck. But for the stats and all that, I don't mind. So, just something to point out. Anyways, here is the meat and gravy of this set. So let's get down to business. Here we have Talon, aka Divebomb, and I love it. I mean, at first, I wasn't sure if he'd be my favorite, but he's definitely reaching the top now. I mean, the other ones are cool. I definitely love Razorclaw. He is fantastic, but Divebomb here, maybe it's these talons he has. Maybe it's his wings. I don't know, but he's just... I'm liking it. I'm really liking this guy. And he stands pretty well. I mean, I'm fiddling with it, but he stands pretty... You can see he can hold his own, as you can see. No issues. This is great tightness in these joints, which he needs, because there's a lot going on up here, and his feet are kind of small, so it's good that they made the tightness on him very well done, because he needs it. I tried using this crotch hole here. I have a Tamashi stand that has a peg that fits in it, but the problem is it's like perfectly fits in it, so it's not tight enough. Like it just sits there, and with all the weight, it just falls over. So that's unfortunate. I mean, I'm sure I could get something else. I have other stands I'm sure I could use, but yeah, just, you know, you can find something to get him. If you want to get a flying pose, that'd be great. The only downside to this figure is it's a bit awkward with the biology of a bird, and the way that this figure looks isn't quite match. So what I'm trying to say is, birds typically their arms are the wings, as everyone knows, but for this guy the wings are more on the back, because the wing is just a backpack. It's a jetpack kind of thing, so it's a wing pack, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it doesn't quite add up so well, because he's got this block here which looks a bit awkward. Like, I feel like he should have arms here, but he doesn't. They're here instead. The wings should be here. So it can look a tad awkward at times, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's to be expected regardless of any Divebomb type of figure you make. It's going to look that way because that's just how the character looks. Honestly, that's just how it is. If you look at the G1 toy, I'm pretty sure it's the same exact thing. The arms just fold away, and the wings are on the back because you have to take off the wings to put on Predacon. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's fine, you know. It's accurate, so you can't really complain. So we'll just go ahead and go over the articulation now. Now for this guy's articulation, we'll start off at the bottom and work our way up. He's got these nice talons here, which are on a hinge to start off at the base of like kind of like the ankle area. So you can get some nice grabbing poses, like he's swooping in, just like something like that. So that's nice. It's got plenty of it's a ratchet joint. It doesn't click, but you can feel it. There are some ratchet segments. So that's nice. Then each toe has its own hinge as well. So you can bring up the toes any way you want. They're not connected. They do move at the same pace if you like, because I guess they're touching on the inside, but you can pose them any way you want. So I don't know, give them some weird looking feet. So it's like, Rrr. It's up to you. The back one as well. It's on its own separate hinge though, you can see, so you get something with that. Part of transformation, you do need to do this, so it's part of the transformation. But that's nice. Each toe is perfectly articulated on its own, which I really do like. You can bring out the thighs. They aren't a nice ratchety joint, so you can bring them out. Give them some splayed out, you know, coming down, just something like that. So that looks good. And let's see, you can't really do anything else with the legs just because they're all folded up. So that's it. We're done with the legs. Rotation at the waist. So you can do that. No problem. And he's got, this is probably more so for Predacon, or Feral Rex I should say. But you can bend him at the waist, or at the abdomen. He does have an ab crunch because that's supposed to be like an elbow bend for Feral Rex, which I think is awesome. They need to start implementing this in more figures. And I say we're done with the thighs being the bend, because usually your thighs are pretty much the elbow bend, and it looks awkward when you have those gappy thighs, which are going to be the elbows for the robot. And they've completely figured out a way to fix it. Now we just have the elbow bend at the abdomen, which will work. Well, I can totally see that working when we have the full robot monster completed. So that's cool. It gives them an ab crunch, and it's going to be good for the elbow for the Feral Rex. And that plate doesn't need to move anywhere. I don't know why it's up. As far as I know. I haven't transformed in the arm mode yet, so it'll be my first time doing it on this video. Just keep that in mind. So yeah. But anyways, let's see. Head, we do have, it's on this plate here. You can see that it lifts up, so you can get it there, but it looks a bit awkward doing that. So you can see it's kind of weird. But you do have it on that plate thing. And it's also got a ball joint. So free ranging movements other than that, so you can still get down. Plus like this is the base, I guess, of the head, and then the face. Base in the face. I don't know. You can bend it up and down, pull it out, and push it in a little. So that's cool. I do like that. So lots of head movement, and there's 1, 2, about 3 different sections that the head can move about. Plus the mouth opens. Again, my standard for that should open. Well, if I can get it. There we go. So you can't get it to open. That was a weird noise. But yeah, very nice. Cool. Nothing here. I mean, there really isn't anything to do there. For now, these are just guns. And they make nice guns. They're very cool guns, I just want to point out. So he's coming in. Oh, look at this. All this stuff's going on. Very cool. Now, wings. Let's get to the wings. These are fantastic. And yeah, I'll show you off the wings while they're connected to them. So to start off, we have this hinge right in here. You bring it up, and he's covered. They added in this extra molded bits here, so now when you bring the wings up, it looks like he's got some mechanical parts interworking with the wings. So it's not just the wing hanging off here with a big gap. So I do like that. That's really awesome. So that's just the starting point. Next up, we do have the wings can go back and forth. If you take off the blade here, you can make it go all the way back, but I just have the blade on for storage. But yeah, you can make it go all the way back, and if this elbow is in the way, you can make it go forward. So you get some flapping poses if you want. If you want to make them do some flappable poses, that's very much doable. No problem at all. Next up, so we can bring it up like that. Plus, we have another hinge here that can bring his wing up even more. So you can bring the wing 180 with the rest. And we'll go ahead and look up a little. There we go. That looks cool. He's going to do like a karate chop or something. Just mighty wing flap, go! Like maybe it's a fan, you know. It's a fan. You know, it's a hot summer day here in Southern California. I need to cool off. Here's my fan. Cool. That's nice. This looks cool in itself, just the way it is. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. Maybe like a head crest or something. I don't know. But that's awesome. Now, each wing, or I guess feather tip, is individually articulated at these 4. So you can bring it out, all the way down. And the other ones are a bit stiffer. Gonna need 2 hands for this. There you go. So you can bring them down. And yeah, that one only goes that much, which is a bit awkward. So this is the extent of how far each one will go, but obviously you wouldn't pose it like that. So if you want to have it kind of like splayed out, you know, like that, like he's doing some crazy pose, again, that's even more insanity right there. So there's a lot going on with these wings, as you can see. There's just so much happening. Maybe we have a little bit more like that. There we go. Just have it open up. So just to get a comparison, you can see the wing before it's open and after. Well, we'll bring them in so you can see a little bit better. But there, yeah. So very nice. Plenty of options for you guys just to mess around, have fun with it. And yeah, it's just, they did a fantastic job on this figure and the overall set. So very cool. And lastly, his tail feathers. There you go. They're on a couple of hinges. We got a hinge 1, 2 right there. So double hinge. So you can bring it kind of up and down. Just depends on how you want it. But yeah, you can move it. You can move this thing up and down and stuff. So feel free to do whatever. I don't know, whatever you feel like pose this needs to be in. Maybe it's having more of an aerial pose and it'd be up more. I'm not sure, but we'll figure something out for that. So you can see Talon is very much beefed up with all these weapons and accessories. So that looks great. He's got these double cannons here that look really awesome. I put his, you can store his sniper rifle at the top. Blades here on the wings. So plenty of storage space for everywhere to go. Go ahead and I'm just going to remove it all just so you can see, you know, what it looks like without it. And there we go. And then the cannons, these cannons are supposed to be there kind of. I mean, that's kind of just part of the look. But again, you can remove them. Everything's removable. If I can get it off. There we go. And keep in mind, these cannons, at least for TF Source, I don't know from how other places receive them, but TF Source, when they received Talon, they received these cannons in a separate baggie. So when they ship it to you, it's in a separate, they even emailed me saying it's in a separate baggie, just to keep in mind. So make sure when you're checking your packaging and all that, that you have this little bag of these 2 guns, or else you don't want to accidentally throw them away. So just keep that in mind. And I'm glad they mentioned that in the email. If they didn't, I would have probably ended up throwing it away. Because I didn't even notice it. I actually did look for it. So I did look, because I remember the email said it's going to be separated. So I did have to look for it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But yeah, I usually just have them transformed or displayed with the cannons on in robot and in the bird mode. Just because it looks cool. I think that looks really cool. Really, really cool. And it's working for me. So much. So to transform this guy, I'm just going to start by taking off the wing pack. You don't have to remove it for transformation. I just prefer to. It makes it easier. Because it is removable, it has to go onto the Feral Rex, as I've already mentioned. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take it off. And it looks great. This looks beautiful. So I'll put it off to the side for now. So now we're left with this nice little aerial looking guy. But what we're going to do is we'll just start with the arms. And just, they are tabbed in very securely here at this tab right here. Goes into the shoulder. So it looks great. Unfold out the hands, as usual. It's pretty standard for, you know, any of these combiner type guys. I don't know why that is, but like the combiner guys always have the fold up hands for some reason. I don't know why. But nicely done. There we go. So there we have that. And also, next up, what we're going to do is come around to the back. And we're going to rotate everything around. Put that back there. Come back to the front. Open up this front plate. It's very much like Bovis and Fortis, the way the legs transform, but I feel like it's a lot easier at the same time. So, unfold out the legs. There we are. There we are. Revealing some more inner details that look great. Look at that. Gears and pistons and circuitry. All looks beautiful with that nice, again, kind of like silvery brass looking color. So very cool. Next up, what we'll do is we'll fold up the talons. You want the 2 talons reaching at the top, and then that kind of like thumb, I guess, talon goes at the bottom, and that's how it's going to look. And that looks great for that knee plate. I don't know why I'm a big sucker for knee plates, but I love them. I think knee plates look really cool. Forearm plates, anything that goes on the forearm and knees. I don't know, that's just my thing. I don't know what it is, but that's my thing. Anyways, again, like Bovis and Fortis, take this bit here, kind of like extend it backwards a little, and bring it around and then push it in, and that's going to be storage for the weapons. So you'll have a place to put them on his hips. That way, if you don't want to display him holding him, put him right there. That's another place. Next up, this is the part that, again, is a lot like Bovis and Forties. Unpeg or untab this foot here. It's going to be the foot, if you didn't already know. Now we're going to have, we have it like this. And just like with Bovis and Forties, you got that weird thing where you pull it out like that and rotate it around. Close up this gap here. Now we don't have to worry about it. Close it off. Make sure it's tabbed in everything. And then now we have the foot. And there we go. Again, it's like Bovis and Forties. It's just, I think it's easier. For me, at least. I think it's a lot easier to do. Because theirs was so big and a little bit more complex, whereas this one's much smaller, and I think it's this, there's a lot less, not a lot, but like there's a couple of steps less involved. So there you go. Bring down this butt flap. Now we have the shoulders all good, and the arms are all good. Next is the head. I love the head because there's a decent amount of variation you can go with it. So what you want to do is extend out the beak, I guess would be what you want to call it, the beak. And then just kind of like push at the bottom to get the head to flip around. And that is a very nice looking head. What you could do with the head is either A, leave it like this. So you can have it kind of like G1 Divebomb where the head just sticks up and it's really tall. If that's your fancy, go ahead. Or bring it down and you can still have it that kind of upward position. But it's a little more inconspicuous, I guess. It doesn't stand out so much. But what I like to do is what they do in... What I like to do is what Mastermind Creations intended for it, and that is to have the head kind of like a hat. Not like a hat, but like, just trying to, there we go. So kind of like a helmet kind of thing, and it still has that kind of like Divebomb G1 feel where he still has the beak and everything on top, but it looks a little better this way. And I think what makes it better is he has this giant head on the sides, like all this coming out, and it looks a bit awkward when you have this shape going on. I think that looks a tad awkward, so this works for me. This is doing it. I'm okay with this. Now, lastly, and most importantly, personally, I think it's the most important piece, is the wing pack. Just kind of reminds me of like Power Rangers or something, where it's like, super mode, go! Take flight. And son of a shepherd, there we are. So, here we have Talon fully transformed, and beautiful. Once again, this is a great looking robot mode. Again, I wasn't expecting it to be my favorite, but he's putting up a fight. I think he's going to be my favorite. We'll see when Tigers gets here, but he's up there. Again, Razor Claw is awesome. He's really awesome as well, but this one is just working for me so hard. I think what it is once we get Tigress, did I call it Tiger Claw? I think I did. Tigress, anyways. Once we get Tigress, it's going to come with the cannon, the main forearm cannon. And I think that'll look good with Razor Claw, and we'll have to see once we get it. But for now, Talon. Talon, Talon, Talon. Talon, Talon. What can I say about this guy? I love it. I know a lot of people, not a lot, but I know people were saying they would prefer this in black, the feet. And I actually like it in gray. I think it breaks up the color variation very well. Again, I like knee plates, so I think this works for me, having it being its own color, just to stand out a little, just to make it look a little more, I don't want to say badass, but it really does look really great this way. And more of this beautiful molding here on the sides, these pistons, these big old pistons you got to take off. And it's just, it's doing a great job of being an awesome figure. So taking a look at Talon's head, it is very nicely done. That is a beautiful red paint. He's kind of got like this angry look, like, I'm not very happy right now. But yeah, he's got that going on. I love the eyes. He has a metallic, he's a red face, but metallic red eyes. And it makes it pop just a little bit. It stands out just above the face, very subtly, but works. And I'm liking it. With the orange head, again, works very well. I love the goatee look. And if you want, you can get this out of the way. You can see a little bit more of his forehead. But again, I kind of like that being where it is. That's okay with me. And it just looks great. Again, we have this beautiful spot here for Decepticon logo. It is just begging for it. That's becoming, again, another standard for third parties to mold in a spot for a Decepticon logo, because they know that, not customers, but like collectors, there we go, they want to have their figures with the logos on it. So they leave that option available to you if you want to put a logo or not. Again, I don't know if I want to. I think it looks great as is, but, you know, at any point in time, if I feel like it, I could just buy a set of Decepticon stickers on, what's it called, repro labels, and add them on. So it's, you know, it's whatever, no rush. It looks fantastic. Love it. So for the articulation, pretty much the same. Now we just have more in the legs. You can bring the legs all the way out. You can bring them up. You can bend at the knee. And it folds in, so it can go completely in. So you got plenty of knee movement. You can have it, again, a little swooping action. That looks great. Let's see, the hands. Now we have shoulder movement, so you can bring the arms up. You can rotate them completely 360. As you can hear, it's very much ratcheted in all these locations. So very solid figure, which is great. And I'll go over that when probably when I get Feral Rex. I'll go over why it's important to have very solid pieces and figures and joints for combiners. But anyways, rotation at the bicep, and he's got a double bend. He's got a bend at the bicep and a bend at the elbow, so that's really cool. He has wrist movement where you can fold it in because it is part transformation, and it has a rotation at the wrist, which is awesome. You don't always see that, so I'm glad we got both. It's good to have both. And then let's see, what else? Where did waist? Everything else there is the same. So let's see, the head's the same. Nothing's different there. It's all still there. Wings are the same. I think that's about it. Oh, feet. So again, we have plenty of feet movement in this configuration with the way they're doing it. They got the hinge at the back, and we got a ball at the base of the foot and the ankle. So you can make them really tall if you want, and well, if you get him in a proper pose, I'm sure he could stand. There we go. So you can see he is super tall now. You kind of see it's kind of like pistons. His ankles are kind of like piston joints. So that looks cool. I mean, I wouldn't pose him like this just because it looks awkwardly tall. I mean, it's like a basketball player right now. But it's an option. It's, you know, it's there. You know, to play with it, have fun. So, for Talon's accessories, once again, I'll bring them in. You can't store them on the back. You can also store them, again, just like with Bovis, Fortis, and I believe Razor Claw had it also. You can just store them right here. That's what these pieces are specifically made for, so you can holster the weapons. If I can get them. This kind of the tail feathers are kind of getting in the way. There we go. I have to angle them a little bit more downward. Come on. Come on, Lee. This is a very tight peg. So, come on. There we go. I got it. So yeah, there you go. You can store it there, ready to go. Just grab it. He also has the rifle, sniper rifle. He is a sniper in the comics, or at least the Mastermind Creation comics. So if you want, store it here. I really don't store it here. I put it on his back. I think it just looks better having it on his back. We can store it right there if you want. But again, I like to just, if I'm storing it, I just take it with down here and just bag it in. If I can get it. There we go. And it's good to go there. I think that just looks a little better. I don't know, cleaner, neater. Whatever you want to call it, but I like that the way it is. Or, you know, standard, having him holding it in his hand also looks good. I mean, I'd suggest that. That's what it's made for. So you can just take it and boom. It's a little, you know, loose, but not too bad. I think I just don't have it in right. You have to have, with all the Mastermind Feral Con figures, you have to have the weapons in their hands very specifically. There's a very specific way to have them. So if you don't have them that way, it's not going to work. But there you go. Have them like this. Let's see, extend out this arm a little. We can do it. We can do it. Just rotate it. He's got that wrist rotation. Come on. There it is. Boom. Fierce. He looks cool like that. He is ready to go. So again, you can have like a sniper rifle with a scope here, or they added a nice little hinge and just make it kind of like, and just like a regular rifle, or maybe like a machine gun or shotgun or whatever you want to make it. Personally, I think sniper mode is where it's at. Just gonna grab it. There you go. Yeah, like I said, sniper mode is working for me, and that looks great. That did not look too shabby. So we have this extra sword left over. You can put it on here, the wings. It's up to you. Just put it somewhere. But just to show off, here it is. It looks great. Nice little, I think they call it laser blades. I don't remember, blaster blades, something blades. But they look nice. They look like they could do some deep damage. I like them. They're very smooth looking. Can't wait to combine them all. So here I have Talon matched up with his Commander Leodux. And he is just under Razor Claw / Leodux's shoulder. So it's a good size. I think this is appropriately sized. Divebomb is should be the smallest one in the group. He's a bird. The other ones are all big beefy animals. They're big hefty tigers and lions and what is it? Not buffalo. Bulls and rhinos. So yeah, he should be about the smallest one in the group. I think this is an appropriate size. He is the left arm of doom, ready to punch someone in the face. So to get this guy into his limb mode, you're going to basically just transform him back into his Talon bird mode. And it's pretty much just 1 or 2 steps. Actually, I think it's like 1 step that's different, really, that I can think of. It's pretty much the same. So we'll start by folding up the wrist. Bam, goodbye. Flip out fist. Flip in fist. Fold them up. Make sure you tab them in. They're very stiff tabs, and you might seem like you're not going to get it in, but trust me, you are. It's going to go in. You just got to line it up oh so perfectly. There we go. So make sure they're all lined up, nice and nice. Lift up the head, bring it out, fold up the face. Goodbye. All their faces are relatively the same when it comes to transformation, at least for Bovis, Fortis, and Talon. All you have to do is just flip the face around, and it just goes into the animal head. I don't think it's going to be the same with Tigress, just due to the design. Same with Leodux, it's not the same just because due to the design it doesn't work that way. But for these guys, that's how it works. So go ahead and see here. Trying to remember how it goes exactly, but flip around these. I remember this. Flip this up, tab it in. Snug as a bug, not going nowhere. Not going nowhere, Z. There we go. No, I missed. There we go. Bam! Alright, so we have it like this. I think we want to leave. I'm going to do it right like this. Oh, here. First of all, we need to put this around. Get that out of the way. There we go. It tabs in the back. Very nice. There's a little tab right there and kind of one right there. So keep that there. Bring it around. Bam. So, now we're going to fold up the body. Not the body, but the legs. Fold them up. There we go. Bring this around. No. Did I do it backwards? Or not? No, I didn't. Did I? No, I didn't. No, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, just need to bring these down first. There we go. And I think you want to have it like this. Yes. It's looking right. Because you want the talons to face this way. I do declare. And I think we're done. I think we pretty much just need to get the fist out. Let me do some checking real quick. Now what you want to do is we'll go ahead and reopen the legs. And you just take, this is a Bovis's fist, yes. And just go ahead and apply it here. I think it's the same. It doesn't matter which fist you choose. I don't exactly recall. But I think you can just, it's all on ball joints. So I think you just flip it around. It really doesn't matter. But anyways, we'll get the hands kind of open just so you can get the thumb out of the way. Because it looks like his talons can get a bit intrusive when it comes to the hand. So yeah, I don't exactly know how this is going to play out when we have these talons here kind of in the way. But I'm sure we can make it work. We'll get... Well, actually, it's going to be like this, so you're going to want... No, that's right. That's right. That is spot on. Oh, I see how this works. Okay, okay. This whole joint moves. Oh, I just learned something. So you can get there. Oh, I see. Oh, I see how that works. I flipped it around. Whoa, this is tripping me out. Okay, this is like, okay, so we have, the waist is one chunk. This joint that does this is its own chunk. This is its own chunk, and this is its own chunk. So I'm learning something right now. Okay, so, let me see here. That thing needs to get out of my way. There we go. Because I was like, why would you want this bend to be on the other side? There we are. I see. Okay, so I just learned something. Bam! Okay. Okay. I think I got it. I think I got it. There we go. So fist, or not fist. And then you want this to be like that, I think. I do declare. And so you want this to follow wherever this back part goes. That's how you want that. Okay, I think I've got it. I think I've got it. So yeah, so you want it like this. There we go. So now we have that elbow bend. Okay, I was like, why would you want that the other way? Okay, there we go. So now we got that elbow bend. But again, I'm a little concerned. I don't see how this is gonna work out entirely if we have these claws kind of intrusively in the way. But I'll figure it out. Once I get the full thing combined, I'll do some checking. I mean, you can just move them. It's not that... There we go. Just get them out of the way a little. There we go. So, bam! Mega Fist, go! I want you to be a Feralcon. So, yeah, this is going to be beautiful once I have Tigers coming in this week. It's coming out on Tuesday, guys. Tuesday! Couple more days. That don't look too shabby. That's a hefty arm. That is a hefty, hefty arm. Look at that. Would you look at it? Just look at it. Just, it's going to punch you in the face. That's just beautiful. So there you have it, guys. This is beautiful Talon. Beautiful, beautiful. So if you're not getting this set for whatever reason, I suggest you try getting it as much as you can, because this is this beautiful, beautiful figures. All of them are beautiful. Feral Rex is going to be gorgeous. I think he's going to be bigger than all the other combiners we have so far, which he should be. In the G1, and I don't know, maybe in the comics as well, but at least in the G1 cartoon, Predacon was known for being the biggest combiner. He was their top gun. He was bigger than Devastator. He was definitely bigger than Menasor. Menasor is actually pretty small. He's based on a bunch of little race cars, so it's, you know, it's understandable why he's small. But he's bigger than Devastator. He's bigger than Menasor. He's bigger, I believe, bigger than Abominus. So he was known for being the biggest combiner. So it's fitting that this guy should be humongous. Where am I going to put him? That's a good question. That is a darn good question. But I'll figure it out. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I can't wait till next week to complete this set. And anyways, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Always appreciate it. I'd love to hear from you guys. And what you think of Feral Rex when I have them all together and do that review. Because it's going to be the talk of the town once I get them. And also don't forget to follow me on Tumblr at Mechation, as well as Twitter at Mechation, and Instagram at Mechas of Ironheart. You find all my pictures, reviews, and purchases, what's coming out, who's making what, all that good stuff and more. And until next time, guys, have a great day!